Hello friends, in this lesson we're going to talk about English capitalization. To do that we're going to go through a few basic rules of capitalization in English with some good examples and bad examples in order to help you to make good decisions when you need to either capitalize or not capitalize a word. So the first rule is to always capitalize the word I when you're talking about yourself. So for example, I enjoy coffee. Here I comes at the beginning of the sentence, it's capitalized. My wife and I drank all the coffee, so I didn't get any. I is in the middle of the sentence here, but it's still capitalized. I need to buy more coffee for my wife and I. I is at the end of the sentence, and it's still capitalized. So it doesn't matter where I goes in the sentence, you always need to capitalize it when you're talking about yourself. Let's look at the bad example here. Can I have some of that coffee? And we see the little I there. And that's no good. So we need to capitalize that I. I know some people get into the habit of doing the little I from texting. So you've got to get out of that habit when you are writing for college. Rule number 2, capitalize the first word in a sentence. So for example, coffee makes the world a better place. We got a big capital C. Do you like coffee? We capitalize the D. Really? Coffee is like magic water. Capitalize the R. Uh-oh, did you take my coffee? We've got the little guy right there, and that's no good. First word in the sentence, even if it's a question, capital D. Rule number 3, capitalize proper nouns. So the word noun actually just means name. So proper names. Proper names or proper nouns are specific names for specific people, places, or things. So if it's a specific name for a specific person, place, or thing, we need to capitalize it. For example, Howard Schultz was CEO of Starbucks. So Howard Schultz is his full name. Therefore, we need to capitalize both the H in Howard and the S in Schultz. Not like this second example here where it says Howard Schultz with a little s. That's no good. And some people will do that. They'll forget to capitalize the last name. Also, in some places, it's common to capitalize every letter in the last name. But in American English and British English and Australian English, I believe, we only capitalize the first letter of the name. We also capitalize the names of businesses. So Caribou Coffee is better than Starbucks. Caribou Coffee is the full name of the business. So because both Caribou and coffee are part of the name, we're capitalizing both C's. And the same thing with Starbucks. We capitalize the S in Starbucks because that's the name of the business. So if we look at the second bad example here, Caribou Coffee is better than Starbucks. We got the little c, and that's no good. We have to have the big C. Now, when we're capitalizing the names of businesses, that means the specific name of specific businesses, not the names of any kind of business. So if we look at this third example here, Caribou has many coffee houses around the world. So in this sentence, the word coffee and the word house are common nouns, talking about the kind of business in general. So Starbucks is a coffee house, Caribou is a coffee house, Dunn Brothers is a coffee house. So because these are actually common nouns in this sentence, they would both be little letters, lowercase. So little c and little h. So up here we see Caribou Coffee. The C is capitalized because it's part of the name. Down here we see coffee is lowercase because it's not part of a name. It's just a general name of a general kind of a business. We also capitalize the names of places. So Caribou Coffee started in Minnesota. Minnesota is the name of a state. In fact, the greatest state in the Union. So we capitalize the M in Minnesota. If we look at the second bad example here, we got the little m on Minnesota, and that's no good. Minnesota is in the United States of America. So here we have the names of two places, Minnesota again, and the United States of America. So notice in the name of this country, some words we capitalize and some words we don't. So when you have a name, for example, of a country like this, especially where it includes like the kind of government that is, like the Republic of, or the Democratic Republic of, or whatever, we don't capitalize every single word. There are specific words we don't capitalize. So here we don't capitalize the word the, and we don't capitalize of. So generally in the names of places and in the names of locations, we don't capitalize articles like a, an, or the, and we don't capitalize prepositions like to, in, of, or from. Also, if we look at this next example, the USA has 50 states. So up here in United States, we capitalize the S because it's part of the name of the country. But down in this sentence, the USA has 50 states. Here, we don't want to capitalize the S because it's not part of the name of a country. It's a common noun in this sentence. So up here in the United States of America, it is proper. That's why we capitalize it. It's specific. Down here, the United States of America has 50 states. Here, it is a common noun. So we're not capitalizing it. We just do the little s. We also capitalize the names of specific geographic areas or features. For example, the Mississippi River starts in Minnesota. So the Mississippi River, Mississippi and river are the name of this specific river. So we capitalize both the M in Mississippi and the R in river, because in this name, river is a proper noun. If I look at the next example, the Mississippi is the longest river in the United States of America. In this sentence, river is being used as a common noun, not a proper noun, because it's not part of a name in this sentence. Only Mississippi is the name over here. So in this kind of a sentence, the Mississippi is the longest river in the USA. The R in river would be lowercase because it's not part of the name. Rule number 4, capitalize peoples and languages. For example, people from Minnesota are called Minnesotans. So Minnesotan here is the name of a people, the people from Minnesota. So we're capitalizing the M. People in Minnesota speak English. So we're capitalizing the E because English is the language. But they speak English with a Minnesotan accent, don't you know? So again, English is the language, and Minnesotan in this phrase right here is an adjective. So it's not a noun, it's an adjective describing the accent. So sometimes words for peoples and languages can be used as nouns, and sometimes they can be used as adjectives. Even when they're used as adjectives, they should be capitalized, like Minnesotan. So the people are called Minnesotans. Up here, it's being used as a noun because we see it's plural right there. Down here, Minnesotan is being used as an adjective because it's describing the accent. The accent is the noun. So this is always the case. The names of people, specific peoples, and specific languages are always capitalized, whether they're nouns or adjectives. For example, the Minnesotan accent was influenced by Scandinavians. So Scandinavians here is being used as a noun, but it's specific, so we're capitalizing the S. Scandinavians are people from Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Iceland. So Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Iceland are the names of countries, so we capitalize each of them. So Scandinavians speak Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, and Icelandic. In these sentences, these are the names of, or in this sentence, these are the names of languages. So they're nouns. In this sentence, they're capitalized. But even if they were used as adjectives, we would still capitalize them. So we could say, so Scandinavians speak the Swedish language, the Norwegian language, the Danish language, or the Icelandic language. So even if we use them as adjectives, we would still capitalize them. Many Scandinavians from Norway and Sweden moved to Minnesota in the 1800s. So again, Scandinavians, the name of a people. Norway is the name of a country. Sweden's the name of a country, capitalizing all of them, and also Minnesota. Did their pronunciation of English affect the Minnesotan accent? You betcha. And you betcha is a common expression in Minnesota. Rule number 5, capitalize people titles. For example, have you ever watched Mr. Rogers? So Mr. here is a title for this man, Mr. Rogers. We capitalize the M in Mr. His wife is Mrs. Rogers, I suppose. So also the M in Mrs. So Mr., Mrs., Ms., or Miss. We capitalize the M when it comes before someone's name, because in this case, it's part of the name. So it's a title for this guy or a title for this woman. Or have you watched Dr. Phil? So here, doctor is the title for this guy. So we capitalize the D. What kind of doctor is he? Now in this sentence, doctor is being used as a common noun, not as a title like in the first sentence. So we're not going to capitalize doctor in the second sentence. It'll be a lowercase d because it's being used as a common noun, not a title. It's just the name of a job. So we don't capitalize the names of general jobs like doctor or lawyer or engineer. We don't capitalize them. The only time we would capitalize something like that would be when it's used as a title before somebody's name. For example, do you follow President Trump on Twitter? So here, president is being used as a title for this guy, Trump. So we would capitalize the P in president and the T in Trump. But if we look at the next sentence, it is strange for a president to tweet so much. In this sentence, you see there's no name here. There's just the word president. So we're talking about the job that he does. So we wouldn't capitalize P. It would be a lowercase p for president. Even though it's a big job, it's still being used as a common noun in the sentence. So when it comes before someone's name, then we would capitalize it because it's being used as a title. If it's just being used by itself in a sentence, we would not capitalize it because it's being used as a common noun or a general name for a job. So president, senator, congressman, congresswoman, if they come before somebody's name, then we would capitalize it. If they're not coming with a name, then we don't capitalize the name of the job. Rule number 6, capitalize titles of creative works. So this would include movies, TV shows, books, magazines, journals, music albums, music songs, things like that. Even works of art or paintings. So for example, Donald Trump authored a book called The Art of the Deal. Actually, I don't think he wrote it. I think somebody else wrote it. It's just got his name on it. So The Art of the Deal is the title of the book. That's why it's underlined here. So we're capitalizing the A in art, and the D in deal. Again, we are not capitalizing the preposition of or the article the. But you may look over here and see we capitalized the first the. Why did we do that? And why didn't we capitalize it in the second one? Well, if you think about it, the first one here is the beginning of the title. So it's like the beginning of a sentence. So if it's the first word in a title, we always capitalize it, just like we would always capitalize the first word in a sentence, even if it's the, a, and, or a preposition. So we'll capitalize every word in the title except for articles and prepositions. He also had a TV show called The Apprentice. So again, we would capitalize the T and the and A in apprentice. We're capitalizing the because it's the first word in the title and the name or the word apprentice. So book, TV show. He has also been on the cover of many magazines like Time, Newsweek, The New Yorker, Rolling Stone. Time is the name of the magazine. Newsweek is the name of the magazine. The New Yorker is the name of the magazine, and Rolling Stone are the name of the magazine of another magazine. So we would capitalize each of these because they're the names of different magazines. So we capitalize the titles of creative works. Thanks for watching.